Hello, today I'm going to be sharing some more poetry with you from this book, Dark Emperor and Other Poems of the Night. And we're going to start with the first poem in the book. It's called Welcome to the Night. To all of you who crawl and creep, who buzz and chirp and hoot and peep, who wake at dusk and throw off sleep, welcome to the night. To you who make the forest sing, who dip and dodge on silent wing, who flutter, hover, clasp and cling, welcome to the night. Come feel the cool and shadowed breeze, come smell your way among the trees, come touch rough bark and leathered leaves, welcome to the night. The night's a sea of dappled dark, the night's a feast of sound and spark, the night's a wild enchanted park, welcome to the night. Then we have a picture. You notice there's some writing next to the picture, and what the author has done is whatever the topic of their poem is, then they have included a lot of facts to go along with that. And here you can see she mentioned a bunch of different animals. You can see a deer. There's a raccoon climbing down the tree. You can see the outline of some birds. There's a spider. Here's a snail. You can see a type of salamander. And then she's going to focus mostly on the raccoon in her information. As night falls, the nocturnal world wakes. Mice begin to stir, moths flutter in the starlight, and deer step out from hidden places to roam and forage. Having rested all day in a hollow tree, the raccoon lumbers down at dusk to search for food. Curious, intelligent, and omnivorous, the raccoon has nimble front paws that are good for digging, climbing, and prying open almost anything. Its well-developed sense of touch, almost unparalleled in the mammal world, serves it well in the darkness. Making its unhurried way across the forest, the raccoon forages by feel. Inside a log for insects, down a hole for eggs, even underwater for frogs or crayfish. And then our next one is actually about a snail. It's called Snail at Moonrise. Each night Snail unhooks himself from earth, climbs a slick trail of silver up the horizon of log, up stems of leaves to their dewy tips, seeking with his tiny sandpaper tongue morsels of green to mix in his dark, moist body and spin into whirls of light. Shellmaker, moonmaker, gleaming silver bright, each night darkness into light. And then you can see here's the snail she's talking about. It says, night is cooler, wetter, and in some ways safer for many animals. Woodland snails, for example, have moist, slug-like bodies that are in constant danger of drying out. During the day, they hide in damp places under logs and stones, but at night they emerge to search for food, riding on a cushion of slime which protects them from sharp objects. They do not chew, but rather scrape plant material into their mouths with a tongue that is covered by rows of tiny teeth. Young snails add a layer to their shells each night. While they feed, their bodies produce a special material that hardens at the tip of the shell, the lip of the shell, extending and widening its perfectly spiral shape. And then the next poem I'm going to share is called Dark Emperor, and you'll find out in a minute who that's referring to. Perched missile, almost invisible, you preen silent feathers, swivel your sleek satellite dish of head. What fills the cool moons of your mesmerizing eyes? What waves of sound funnel toward those waiting ears? What symphonies of squeaks and skitters, darts and rustles swell the vast breathing darkness of your realm? O dark emperor of hooked face and hungry eye, turn that awful beak away from me. Disregard the tiny hiccup of my heart as I flee. And if you guessed she's talking about an owl, you're correct. It says nocturnal animals have specially adapted senses for hunting. Whereas raccoons use extra sensitive paws to feel for prey, great horned owls have huge eyes and extraordinary hearing. Their wide, flat faces channel sound toward two large ear cavities on the sides of their heads. They can also swivel their head more than halfway in either direction, although not all the way around. As night falls, the great horned owl moves from its deep woods roost to a high perch near the forest edge. With eyes and ears 100 times more sensitive than a human's, it scouts for anything from salamanders to mice to rabbits. Like other owls, its feathers are soft-edged, so it can fly silently and pounce without warning on unsuspecting prey. And this poem is actually about an oak tree. It's called Oak After Dark. As nighttime rustles at my knee, I stand in silent gravity and quietly continue chores of feeding leaves and sealing pores. While beetles whisper in my bark, while warblers roost in branches dark, I stretch my roots into the hill and slowly, slowly drink my fill. 1,000 crickets scream my name, yet I remain the same, the same. I do not rest, I do not sleep, and all my promises I keep, to stand while all the seasons fly, to anchor earth, to touch the sky. And it says, although they don't look it, trees, like most plants, are constantly busy. All day they change sunlight into food through a process called photosynthesis. They grow new branches and give off oxygen and moisture. Their leaves are nibbled, twigs broken, and bark attacked by insects and fungi. Nighttime, when food production shuts down, is the time for recovery and repair. The roots of oaks and other trees take in extra water at night to make up for daytime's loss and distribute it, along with food the leaves have made, through a complex system of veins. Trees also grow new roots at night and repair themselves by sealing off wound sites and strengthening newly formed leaves. Then we have one more I'm going to share now. It's called Night Spider's Adventure. Build a frame and stick to it, I always say. Life's a circle. Just keep going round. Do your work, then sit back and see what falls in your lap. Eat your triumphs, eat your mistakes. That way your belly will always be full. Use what you have. Rest when you need to. Dawn will come soon enough. Someone has to remake the world each night. It might as well be you. And we can see the spider, and it's talking about a specific type of spider. It says, many insects are busy after dark hunting for food, attracting mates, or laying eggs. Some spiders are nocturnal too. The orb spider builds a new spiral-shaped web each night, often in the same spot and using the same anchor threads. Web silk, an incredibly strong elastic thread, is formed as a liquid inside the spider's body and pulled out from 6 spinnerets in its abdomen. Each spinneret produces a different kind of silk. Some strong, some silky, some for making egg sacs. When web making, the spider first lays down spoke threads, which will serve as walkways. Then it weaves a spiral of sticky silk to snag night insects such as flies, moths, and mosquitoes. Toward dawn, after a night of hunting, most orb spiders eat their damaged webs, which provide nutrients for a fresh batch of silk. I hope you enjoyed hearing the poems and learning some more facts about the different night things. Thank you for joining me.